Hello and good evening, Goggle Froggers. Hope you are safe and well and okay on this lovely Wednesday evening. And hello, Marion.
Hello, Robert.
How are you?
I'm fine now, thank you. I've had a bit of a fun film traumatic afternoon, but it's also not traumatic as in bad way, but traumatic as in sewing way, but we've got it all sorted. I can show you the fruits of my labours.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, when I left you like 8 hours ago, you were fine.
Yeah, no. I haven't had any physical trauma, just nothing went right, but it's all sorted now, and I can show you what I've done. So, excuse me whilst I have my ice cream.
Oh, that's okay. Well, hello and good evening, Goggle Froggers, and welcome to your Wednesday evening session. My name is Robert, and this is the lovely Marion. And if this is your first time, hello, and you're more than welcome. There is a chat box on the right-hand side. If you are on a desktop or laptop, please do join in. And if you are on a mobile phone or a tablet, you have to swipe, and I have to say this correctly, you have to swipe right to join the chat box and left to come back into the room. I was reminded earlier on that I say it far too quickly and people don't catch it. So that's swipe right, type, left, back to the room. Or you can just use the buttons, whichever's easiest for you. This is episode 309. There is a replay that goes out about 45 minutes after. So for the purpose of the replay, hello everybody on replay, we do read out the chat box, and also for the purposes of YouTube. And that's really much dependent on when I get around to putting it on YouTube. I looked today and I haven't put an episode on since the middle of August. I have 35 plus episodes to upload. So that's going to take some time. So hello YouTube at whatever point this goes on and whatever point you're watching it. What else have I got on Facebook? We have a Facebook group, Goggle Frogs Craft and Natter. Please do pop over and put any updates on there, and we'll share the room with you in about 45-ish minutes. It's Wednesday evening, so that means it's drink whatever you want to. We don't normally drink alcohol on a Saturday morning, but we do on a Wednesday evening. And I have a lovely Fombas lemon gin and lemonade. Gary had one earlier on. He loves the lemon gin. He's not as keen on having tonic water with it, but he did like it when he tried my lemonade. So cheers. Good evening, everybody. What are you drinking, Marion?
Agua. I ended up suddenly thinking, oh heavens, it's 6 minutes to, and I haven't even sorted out the room I'm going to sit in. So it was the quickest glass of water. Hello, Angela.
Hello.
Grab an ice cream, grab my knitting, well, my craft, belt upstairs. Have I got enough power? Yes, right. Breathe.
So Angela and I are chuckling away to each other, and she knows why. And all I'm going to say is, that's a funny bed.
I'm just going to tell everyone now, Goggle Frogs, right? This is what happens when you don't work Monday to Friday, okay? And your best buddy messages you and says, "Hi there, are you okay?" I went, "Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I'm off to bed in a minute." Why?
And it wasn't my place to correct you. I thought, fine, you probably got migraine, you're really tired because I know you did lots of driving yesterday. So I thought, fine, I'll just log on and get on with it. And I wouldn't tell a single soul.
And I'm like, well, that was a bit of a strange thing. And I suddenly thought, it is Tuesday today, isn't it? And then suddenly like, so yeah, I've flown into the porch and that's it. Like, I got no knitting, I've got nothing, I've got no drink. You're talking about drinks, I've got nothing here. So if we have music, I'm gonna wander off, but
there is music.
That's what sometimes happens. I thought it was Tuesday. I was off to bed. It's a good job you sent me that message because I'd have been in bed in 5 minutes.
It got to 2 minutes to, and I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. We've not spoken all day. And actually, Marion, would you like to remind Angela what our parting words were today?
So, will you be joining us later today? And I went,
I must
you'd
have
like me to.
premonition. I had this horrible feeling that everybody was going to forget.
Do you know what? We always say there will be yarn, there will be laughter, there will be technical issues. And I think once a year, no, actually, once in 2 years, I'm allowed to forget what day it is.
Things are practically every day of the week. Yes.
I've taken my lenses out. Thankfully, I hadn't taken my makeup off. But it's just, oh dear. So anyway, good evening, Goggle Froggers. Yes, I'm Angela, and I nearly didn't make it.
Well, neither did I. I got so involved with the family history that I was doing because I suddenly thought I might have found my great, great, great grandfather.
Ooh.
But I hadn't. With a name like Jones and Samuel, it wasn't going to be easy.
Yeah.
was it?
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. So
it's hilarious, isn't it? But it's been a really, really strange day. So I was home by 2:30 today, and then somebody had helped me, asked me for some help, and so I had a call with them, and then I thought, you know, when there's something twig in your brain, it's just like, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. I've done everything. I've cooked dinner. I'm ready for bed. I'm tired. Oh, so anyway, I will hunt around and find some knitting of some description somewhere.
The musical interlude is 6 minutes this evening, and if
wow, really? So I am going to turn my camera off because you will just see. I had 2 big piles of stuff on this chair and on this table that is just hoofed over there. So it's quite amusing. I'm not even going to show you.
I've done the same. I've done the same.
Oh! Is that what I think it is with those white bands around it? Is that the Cumulus Rainbow?
It is, yes. That's an order.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me, and I'm thinking, no, I haven't got any Cumulus Rainbow.
Sorry, no, the Cumulus Rainbow. Sorry,
turn around that way.
Gorgeous beauty a mile off.
You've got me donk.
That looks quite rude. Sorry, I looked there. I thought, what's that? The large pink thing pointing at me.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. And you know it's Wednesday night, don't you? And Angela hasn't even had a sniff of a gin.
Oh, right. So before we got distracted, I was talking about the fact that it's Wednesday night, talking about the fact that it's Facebook. So do pop over and post on there, and we'll look at it now in about 35 minutes. The musical interlude, as you heard, is about 6 minutes long this evening. So if you haven't got a drink already, that's your time to go and get a drink. But I would suggest you probably want to put the music up loud.
So as it's 6 minutes long, is it Bohemian Rhapsody? I don't know. It's the only thing that I know is 6 minutes long. So we'll see when it comes on.
It's not Bohemian
Rhapsody. Wow. Actually, I think Bohemian Rhapsody is over 6 minutes, isn't it?
It depends on which version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we haven't yet done hellos. So shall we jump on and do that?
Might be a good idea.
Okay. So
thread my needle.
we start at the bottom with Louise. Hi, Louise.
Hello, Louise.
We then have Linda P. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hello.
We have the lovely Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Hello.
We have Janice. Hi, Janice.
Hi.
We have Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hello, Jane.
Long time no see again. We have Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Hello.
We have Grace. Hi, Grace.
Hi.
We have Georgie. Hi, Georgie.
Hi.
We have Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
And we have Goggle Frogger number 1. Hello, Brigitte.
Hello there.
Hello, Brigitte.
And hello, anybody in your houses that's watching or listening as well. And welcome to the Chaos of Goggle Frogs. Right. So, Angela, I think you need to get yourself a drink and get something to knit. You don't need to knit, by the way. It's not compulsory. Quite often I sit here and don't knit. Oh. Okay.
I've just.
Oh,
I've
I
just
see.
found out.
She's just moved into the distillery, has she?
Yeah.
This is the front porch.
AKA the distillery. Or
Yeah,
the
it's got one of those
Ooh.
things that lights up, but never mind. I can't bother
Oh,
to
Marks
turn
and Spencer's gin.
fences.
it.
That's the Marks
There
and
we go.
Spencer's gin bottle, isn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Did anybody try their gin over Christmas?
No.
I didn't because I wasn't well, and if I'm not well, I can't drink alcohol at all. And I had one gin and tonic last night because I set off at a silly o'clock. I was Leeds, Sheffield, Doncaster, and back yesterday. So I got back at 10 to 12. Thought I'll have a gin and tonic. It didn't taste nice, and that's the first gin and tonic I've had since before New Year. So it's a bit weird.
So how are you
Yeah.
feeling now?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just go off alcohol, which I know you will think, really? Yeah.
No, I have days when I want to drink it and days when I don't.
Yeah. So never mind. I'm sure by February I'll feel like a drink again. But yeah, I think I threw most of it away. It's just like,
Wow.
never mind.
What? You threw gin away? That's a sacrilege.
I know. And I threw a Cosmo away. I had a tin of Cosmo, and I had a sip of it. I thought I don't like that, so
What's
I threw that
Cosmo?
away. Yeah, so fun. Let me turn my phone off because if not, that's going to keep on bleeping and bleeping and bleeping.
What is Cosmo?
It's a cocktail, and they're amazing on a Thai beach somewhere. But in
Wow.
a tin from Marks and Spencer's, it just wasn't cutting the mustard.
You mean rather like Retsina's Rather Wonderful on a Greek beach under the pine trees, but when you bring it home, it tastes like Retsina pine resin.
I just think you pay 10 to 20 quid for a cocktail. You don't pay 10 to 20 quid for the cocktail. You pay for the knowledge of the mixologist or whatever, who's the cocktail person,
Yeah.
who knows how to blend and shake and make it taste beautiful. When you buy something in a can, it's just like, nah. It was fine, but it's just, I miss those days on a Thai beach with the sunset, with the ocean, with the warm breeze. I really
You could just
miss
go a
those
dirty
days.
banana now you've said.
Huh?
A dirty banana. That's what we used to have in the beach in Jamaica. It was a banana, the coffee liqueur, rum,
Yeah.
of course, milk, all whizzed up with ice. It was rather nice. It was like a meal in a glass.
Are any other goggle froggers pleased that was explained to us? What a dirty banana was.
Well, it was dirty because the Tia Maria made it look like a dirty banana milkshake, and that's what it was. And if you wanted to really push the boat out, and the mixologist, or AKA the barman, felt in a good mood, he'd put ice cream in as well.
Oh.
But there was usually plenty of rum in there.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah, so I might grab myself a cup of tea. Is this Wednesday night or is it Saturday morning? It's Wednesday night.
It's Wednesday night. A cup of tea sounds like a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Going back to the cocktails in a can, though, the TGIs do cocktails in a can, and they are exactly like the ones you would get from the restaurant if you were there. You just literally
wow.
ice in a glass, pour it over, done.
Yeah.
The Long Island iced tea is as lethal as it is in the restaurant.
I may try at some point. Or maybe I should just get the cocktail mixer out. Seeing as when I was at college, I actually worked in a bar.
Ah.
So I can actually make cocktails. And I used to do cocktails. So
yeah. Have you ever made a flying angel?
No. And if I saw one, I'd say I'd had too much poutine.
No, it's dead easy. It's like a snowball, but instead of just pouring the lemonade in, you sort of shake the lemonade a bit above, and then you put it in this way so that the lemonade fizzes out everywhere and it flies everywhere. It's called a flying.
Right. Let's catch up on some chat. So Brigitte starts us off this evening with Evening Peeps, episode 309. Grace says good evening. Laura says good evening from Laura, sorry, says good evening from Eastbourne too. Georgie says evening. Gianni says good evening from my place. Deborah says evening all. Louise says good evening everyone. Jackie C says good evening all. Brigitte says if my radio alarm did not show the first 2 letters of the day, I wouldn't know what day it was.
Yeah.
Linda P says hi everyone, and Georgie says I like Cosmos, but they only taste great from a bar. I know what you mean. And Louise says tea sounds good, Angela. I'm joining you in that tonight.
Oh, I'll go get a cup of tea. I'll get my mum a gin and tonic.
Right, so let's do music then, so you can get your tea. So this was a request. Wasn't appropriate for Saturday though. So apologies for the delay, but here we go. Enjoy, everybody. And the thing that I should just say, the thing that I like about this song is it doesn't finish when you think it finishes or when you typically think it finishes. It does actually carry on. And the second part is really good. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what happened there because I swear the version I looked at earlier on and then copied the link for was only 6 minutes long. That was 8 minutes. Sorry.
Doesn't matter. It was worthwhile listening to.
What I mean about the second part, I've never heard the second part before, and actually, I like the second part.
Yeah.
I like it all.
It's and I'm going to say this: he wasn't what you. He was the most unexpected superstar, rock star. When you look at him, but everyone loved him. Absolutely, everybody loved him, which is amazing. And you look and you think, wow, he was just fantastic. His music, the way how he was just himself, wasn't he? There was none of this. He put on his own style of show, I think, rather than
apparently he got
putting a show
offered
on.
a place
Just like fab. Bless him.
At Juilliard or somewhere, so that he could for opera to sing opera. I think Richard told me the other day. So he but he chose rock and roll as against serious singing.
Oh wow.
So that song was specifically requested, and when I put it into YouTube, it came up with all of his other songs as well. And I'd forgotten that he played Eddie in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
And he's done a song with Cher as well.
Who was the woman in that one?
I've no idea. I don't think it was anybody famous.
No.
But he did do a song with Cher, which the name escapes me at the moment. But yeah. And when you look on when you Google or look on YouTube, there's pictures and videos of his lost. He really didn't look very well in his last 2 days.
It's always such a loss. It really is, but amazing. Like he will be remembered, and we can hear him like every day, which is incredible.
We've all grown up with him, really, haven't we?
Yeah. And it was it's quite eerie, isn't it? When people have passed on and you just think, oh my word, you can't really believe that they're gone because the music's always been there. So thank you, Meatloaf,
very nice
for making this world a better place with your music.
I have something nice and calm and relaxing for Saturday.
Oh, have you?
So, yeah.
Sorry, are you here on Saturday, Robert?
I am, yeah.
Thank you, because
You're
I'm not.
Yeah, I was working out in my head today, but yeah, you're not. I am.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. Fab.
Right. Brigitte says Aldi are selling Haysmith's Seville and Orange Lime Gin for £15. Wow.
That's good.
Georgie says perfect song, Paul Meatloaf, rest in peace. Brigitte says bless him, rest in peace, Meatloaf. Louise says brilliant song, rest in peace, Meatloaf. Laura says I enjoyed that very much, thank you. And Brigitte says COVID killed him. He was only 6 months older than I am. Wow.
Yeah, he wasn't that old.
No.
I didn't realise it was COVID that had.
No.
No, I didn't either.
No.
A lot of the time they don't release it, do they?
No.
Like, why? Like, they ask for it not to be publicised, so you can find out, but people don't talk about it. So, yeah, I didn't realise either. So thanks for letting us know. But
Yeah.
bless him.
It just goes to show with COVID that nobody's exempt.
No.
Some people survive it and some people don't. And nobody knows why certain people get it and why certain people don't. So it's just, they just don't know.
No.
Yet.
Brigitte's saying he was 74 last September.
Oh, bless.
So he's the same age as Richard.
And my mum.
Yeah. I mean, Richard will be 75 this October. So, yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, there'll be a month in it. And that's when it starts becoming scary.
Yeah. It's very scary. Like when people are younger than you and you just think, oh.
Shall we get off that morbid stuff?
Yeah, shall we? Let's talk about something
Tell me
else.
about Sheringham.
Sorry?
Tell me about Sheringham. I couldn't go.
Oh, no. I forgot that you weren't there. Well, Robert did.
Well, it must have been okay. I wasn't there.
No. We wanted you there. We appreciate that you had to change. Robert did an incredible job hosting, organising, arranging, and I think everyone would agree that Sheringham, from the moment we arrived to the moment we left, was absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Robert. He saw very little of Sheringham. He had one tripette out, I think, at lunchtime, and and he was walking with me and my mum. I said, Robert, it's all right, don't have to walk with us. Like, we walk a lot slower than Robert. I said, you can go and have on your own. He went, really? It's like, yeah, go on. So he went, you had a brisk walk around and did a bit of shopping and stuff like that. And but it was great. He had party bags for us, like knitting bags. The food was a lot better than it's been in the past. Yes, the bar was drunk dry, but hey,
it usually is, because they always underestimate how much a small group of ladies and gentlemen of a certain age can put away.
I know.
I think, to be fair, it's probably the least stressful and the one with the least amount of, although certainly the ones that I've organised, least amount of bumps once we were there. So yeah, it was it was good to go on a high, I think.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And for anybody who wasn't there, it was a retreat that has been arranged 7 times now. First of all by Jane, then Brigitte did 3, and Robert has done 3. And Robert was standing down and had asked if somebody else would like to take over. However, what's happened in the background, Robert being Robert, thought, oh, shall I? But then costings are just out. And I think, just to let people know, in the UK, everyone's having to put their price up quite considerably just to cover them. And it's just meant in future, it wouldn't be practical to go there. So if anybody does arrange a knitting retreat like Sheringham, it would be in a different location because it would just be too expensive there. But yeah, you did an amazing job, and we all had an amazing time. Yeah, so how many were there? Was it 30? 31?
Yeah, 30.
So 30 people, all having an amazing knitting weekend, just sitting and talking to people that they've never spoken to before, or talking to people that they haven't seen since the last Sheringham. And it was just great. Absolutely amazing. I got very little knitting done. But never mind.
That's both of us then.
I
I
don't think
know.
I ever got any knitting done.
Yeah.
No, I think I spent the last two Sheringham's doing designs for one thing and another.
Yeah, yeah. So I
But-
didn't. And what was lovely was there was a Camphor workshop that me and Robert went on, which is it's stitching, but correct me if I'm wrong here, because some people won't have been at Sheringham and won't know it. And it's stitching, but you do it with 2 pieces of cotton and another piece of material as well, and you stitch them together, but they're all stitched very loosely. It's not like embroidery where all the stitches have to be done in a perfect way. It's and Dawn and
Becky,
thank you. Dawn and Becky designed this Camphor design, and I think there's some pictures in the Facebook group. So we all brought these kits home with us so we can finish it. And it was Sheringham 2022. So for people who were there, and then there was a workshop to bring your odds and sods of wool and how to use it together. And what other workshop? Oh, it was a Latvian knitting workshop, wasn't it? You know, like the Latvian gloves. So people just come together and share their knowledge, which is, I think, the best thing about Sheringham. And if you go there and you've got a project that you can't work out a pattern, or you don't know how to finish something, or you don't know how to work with things, it was interesting to say, you know, I commented to Jackie, I said, oh, the colours on that jumper are amazing. And she says, yeah, last Sheringham, she sat there at length with, were you there, Marion, and maybe Lindy, or there were a few of you discussing how to use the different colours, how they would be best in this pattern. And I have to say, the way the colours were used is like nothing you'd normally see. The brightest colour was the majority of the jumper, and normally the bright colours, it was what do you call it? Oh God, many different colour work. What do you call it?
Fair Isle?
Yeah, it was like a Fair Isle design.
Branded
And it
work?
was the reverse of what you'd normally expect. But oh my word, it was amazing. And you just think, you know, 2 years ago, Jackie et al. Sat there and designed how to use the colours. It was beautiful.
I think we went down a different route, but Jackie, to what would normally be, now you mention it, is Jackie on tonight? She is, isn't
Yeah.
she?
she isn't. No,
She isn't.
Oh, sorry,
No,
it's
wrong
other Jackie.
Jackie.
So
Did she put a photograph of her finished jumper on?
no, she was actually wearing it at Sheringham this time, which is why we
No
had this
photograph of her.
conversation. But it was stunning. So we'll ask her to put a picture on. And I think that's one of the best things about crafters, knitters, crocheters, sewers. We share our knowledge, don't we? And it's just lovely. Everyone is so gracious. And I'm always amazed. Like, we saw people wearing their designs, and it was just like, wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's
absolutely amazing.
That is what I think is wonderful about everybody who crafts, our willingness to share our passions, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
And if we don't, if we're not prepared to share, then I think you're not a true craftswoman, or perhaps I'm speaking out of turn. It'd be interesting to know what other people think along that line, whether it's something they do want to keep close to themselves, and they want to keep this knowledge just to themselves, or do they want to share it?
Yeah, it's just it's amazing. So we had a wonderful, wonderful time. So that is the end of Sheringham. However, there is always a new chapter.
There is.
Yeah. So, and we will be having our retreat as well, our Goggle Frogs retreat in June. Yes, it is June. It's creeping up now, isn't it? Oh my word! I remember when it was over a year ago, like over a year away. So we've got that to come. Oh wow! So absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the other half about that one because there's time for me to put something in place for him.
Fab.
Mm.
Absolutely fab.
So I know what Robert's doing. He's doing a scarf using
What did you
did
call it? Fan and feather.
Feather and fan. But if Jane, is it Jane Barton that's on?
No, it's Jane Reynolds.
There is another phrase for it, and I want to say sand and shale or something like that. There is an older name for it than feather and fan, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is at the moment. But it is looking beautiful.
Oh wow.
I love the shading.
Yeah, you can just see the color change there, the first one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Although I did
really nice
with Gary last night, didn't I, Marion? I was telling you earlier on. He put me off when it's a really easy pattern. It's 4 rows, and row 3 is the pattern row. And he must have put me off at some point because I ended up doing it back to front. So I had to frog about 8 rows to get me back
That's
on
what you
track.
said.
So whether it was his fault or not, he got the blame.
Well,
because he was faffing around with something.
Well, Robert will tell you, I bought these scraps of material. Those are done. I've done more than I thought. I was in Birmingham at one of the shops by the rag trade, and this isn't a very good one, but they're all bits of fabric like that size. So I've been covering to do some patchwork.
Oh.
And then talking about sharing, Sally Ann has very kindly been spending her time with me sewing. So that is today's.
Oh my word.
And
oh, wow.
zipped. It's nowhere up to Rod's standard. And thank you very much for the bag, Brigitte, Rod. It's all tabbed in, sugar bag.
Wow.
So I'm really pleased with that. Brigitte, did this fabric come from Rod? And then we did something called a podlet. And you fold the fabric in such a way that you have just 2 seams and you're left with a little pod. I haven't finished it. I've just got to stitch around the top. So Sally Ann and I are going to settle down, do a couple more of these, and start mucking about with the pattern, because that's what I enjoy most, mucking about with a pattern when it comes to fabric. But what I'm finding is I have to be a lot more precise with cutting out. It is a lot more precise than knitting, because of course I've knitted and crocheted for so long. I can do the precise, because I know what I'm doing. But with this, I don't. So, and getting the angles right. So it's, and having to do stuff I don't like ironing.
Well, I don't think any of us like doing that.
No, but I don't mind ironing, but it's just
so
what I love,
and it's reversible. These podlets,
they look really nice, really good,
and they come in all different sizes. Sally's made an enormous one, but whilst I liked it, she did it with a very shallow base, and I preferred it with a deeper base. So there you go. It's now the other way.
Very nice.
I really like them. I'm thinking you could almost make them like a pet bed, couldn't you? For a little cat to curl up in.
Yeah, but you'd have to put more padding.
Yeah, you could put a little cushion in the bottom, but there's lots of different things that you could do with them.
But that's where size comes in. Yeah. Brigitte said no, the material didn't come from Rod. Well, I don't know where it did come from then, because it's definitely an offcut. somebody cut out a dress or skirt from it.
So Linda P says spectacular stitch markers. Thank you, Marion.
Yes,
My
they
pleasure.
are. Thank you.
Brigitte says her eyes are a bit funny after the drops this afternoon for her diabetes eye screening, but her eyes are good for another year. Good.
Yay.
And then she says they're lovely bags. And then Deborah, no, Angela and I haven't had time to talk about the retreat yet. It's on our list of many things to talk about, which we will get to at some point over the next few days. But don't panic. It's still going ahead. We've still got a bit of planning and working out to do for it, but it will still go ahead as far as we're aware.
Yeah, it is. What we had booked in and the schedule and everything from, when was it? 18 months? I can't even remember how long ago it was supposed to be. Obviously, even if we had approached people, no one knew what was happening. So, and things change week by week. But we will start looking. But whatever planning we put in place, everything is not confirmed and can't ever be confirmed. I don't think we can ever confirm anything again with this COVID hanging over us, can we? So we will see. Yeah. But we will get that sorted. And you know, we had provisionally booked yesterday, but then I double booked myself again and went up to Leeds and stuff. So we'll sort it out one day. Won't be long.
So where is it?
Stamford, yeah.
Which is just north of
How
Peterborough.
far away is it from here? About an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes.
No, that's not as far as Sheringham, is it?
No, it's a lot closer. A lot closer. So that would be good. And you know, we did say at the time that we had planned our own exclusive tour of a very, very nearby stately home. And again, what can we say? Hopefully we will have that on, you know, but if things shut because you can't walk around places, hey ho. But that will be back in the plan, we believe, but we just need to reach out to everybody. So I know you booked and we'd said, you know, this is the format and this is what we'll be doing. The only thing that you can guarantee is with Robert being involved in organising, there's going to be an awful lot more than people expect. So it'll be fabulous. Yeah, so
how's your camel going?
Sorry?
How's your camel going?
Lovely. I haven't done much more. Hang on, I'll just go through chat. Deborah says, that's great. Thanks, both of you. Looking forward to it. And we are so looking forward to the first ever Goggle Frogs retreat. That'll be amazing. And Brigitte says
there are still spaces available. So if you know anybody that would be interested, then get them.
We have a few places because when we did the initial launch, we have not promoted it or discussed it with anybody because we have the whole world's been in limbo. So it's like, no. So we will shortly in the next couple of weeks or so start to ask if people would like to go. So if you want to go, or if you know anyone who wants to go, get them to reach out to us, and we will see before the places go, because I don't think we've got many left, have we? There aren't many.
No.
Yeah. We need to finalize things, but you know, there aren't many spaces at all there. So anyway, it will be amazing. Yeah.
All the details are on our website anyway, including the dates.
Yeah, it's there. Sorry. Did you ask me a question? You did?
Yeah, I asked how Camel was going.
Oh yeah, so that's what I meant to say. So I am, and I haven't got it with me, it's in the back of the car. And the book said do 22 more rows. And when I'd done 22 more rows, I didn't have enough stitchers, and this is the interesting thing that I find about different books and different people who write patterns. What they actually meant was do this 2-row pattern, i.e. the pattern row, and then the second row is purl, but you have to do the combination of the two 22 times to get to the right number of stitches. So I done 11 times, thinking, well, that's 22 rows, the pattern, and then the purl is 2 rows to me, unless somebody says do 22 of the 2-row patterns or the pattern repeat. So anyway, that's why I didn't have the right number. So I'm nearly there. I think I've got about 6 more rows to do. And then that's where I will separate the arms from the main body, and then I'll do the main body, and then I'll do the arms. So I do think top-down cardigans, you think they take a long time, but once you get to where you separate the arms off, it doesn't take long from there, does it? Because all the fuss is up here, really. So, yeah, it's going really well. It's about to there, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it was bottom up. By the time you get to the armholes, the bulk of it's done.
Yeah.
And depending on what the top half is like, if it's like this and it's just squares that you join together, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Right. I've done a whole 4 rows of knitting. So shall we do Facebook?
Yeah.
We should just say hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
Right. So Rebecca is now with us. Hooray. Georgie has shared this. I can't believe this is crochet.
It's quite
crocheted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stunning.
Is that on a 1 mil?
It must
Because
be.
it just looks so fine
Minimal,
and delicate. I can't quite believe it.
That's amazing. So thank you for sharing that. Brigitte has shared these lovely socks that she's done.
Wow.
She's finished them this morning, although they've got a short shaft. They're 9.5 to 10 and takes a bit longer for the round. No control over the variegated yarn to make them even remotely look the same. I think that's what makes them unique, though.
Yeah.
I love those.
They are beautiful.
Is that a Goggle Frogs yarn?
No.
No. Is it a Regia?
I think it might be.
Is that the yarn?
Was.
Brigitte, is that the yarn that you were showing the other week that you'd had in your stash for a number of years?
She bought it from Germany. That's it.
They'd be lovely and warm, though.
Yeah. And when you see the I just think it's amazing how striping, you do 2 socks exactly the same, but dependent on where you start in that repeat, gives you a totally different striping.
Yeah.
I you know me, I love things when they don't match perfectly, and they are perfect to me.
Right, so this next post. So I'm on holiday again. And yes, I say again, because as I was politely told earlier on, or yesterday, I think I'm only going to work about 8 days of January in total.
Yay!
Maybe a bit less than that. But that's because it's the end of the holiday year, so I'm having to use it all up. So yes, I'm on holiday again, and I'm making the most of it because I wrapped up all the Sheringham stuff yesterday, what was left over, and I've been watching lots of films in between. And today I watched The Colour Room, which is about Clarice Cliff and the start of her career. And I thought it was really interesting and really good the way they depicted it. But then I thought, well, actually, I want to know more about her. And so then I started reading all the stuff on Wikipedia, and there's just a whole minefield of stuff out there about her. But her designs are stunning. But what she had to go through to get recognised, I mean, I know it's like early 1900s, so it's a completely different world. But what she had to go through and the resistance that she had was just amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. So if you have
the Bazaar range and her crocus. She does some amazing tree designs. Absolutely incredible. Art Deco more than Art Nouveau, but they are incredible. Absolutely incredible. And from that, you've got the likes of Oh, crikey. I was going to say Mary Shelley, but she wrote Frankenstein. But from that, you got other female designers as well,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
So
It was
if you have
the-
Sky, it's definitely worth a watch.
It is a
It was
film, and
the-
I don't watch many films, but when I saw it was coming on, I did actually press record. So it's actually it's recorded. So I will watch it.
I
at some
will
point.
go back and look at it.
I think
Yeah.
I think you'll really like it, Angela.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
side
Yeah.
is it on, Robert?
So it's on Sky Cinema. It's also got the gorgeous Matthew Goad in it. And I don't think he does anything where the guy from Discovery of Witches.
Oh,
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
I know him.
massive piece of eye candy.
Oh,
so,
sorry. Talking about that, can I just tell you where I'm going on Sunday night? And we were supposed to go over a year ago, and we had to change it. But I don't know if anyone else watches SAS Who Dares Wins with Ant Middleton. And so we've seen Ant Middleton. He was really good. We saw Billy Bingham. He was amazing. And Sunday night, we are going to see Foxy in Northampton. So I can't wait. So for anyone else who watches it, it is incredible. If everybody says, I've got no idea what you're on about, Angela, never mind. But yeah, I'm off to see Foxy on Sunday night, which is brilliant.
Okay. I thought you were going to say something like you were going to Septor or something, and I was going to go, wow.
You were going to where?
Septor, because we were talking about Discovery of Witches.
Oh,
I've only seen the first series. I've got to see the has there been 2 or 3?
3 in
Three.
total.
I've got to go and visit a friend so I can binge watch the next 2 because I haven't got Sky.
I didn't get on that well with the second series. I thought it was a little bit too stuck in the area that it was stuck in. But the third series, I'm only halfway through it and I'm loving it.
Right, you need to tell me when you've watched it all. I'm desperate to talk to somebody without spoiling it for
Right,
everybody.
okay. I will get it finished.
If anybody has watched all 3 seasons, do please tell me because I'd love to talk to somebody. And Angela, let me know when you've watched it.
I will.
As well.
I will.
Right, let's go back to Facebook. So
Brigitte says that this is her yarn was Viva from Germany.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got some of that in my stash somewhere. Not that colour, but Viva.
So Linda has said 2 projects finished this week. 1 started at Sheringham and 1 taken to Sheringham. So we have a jumper here.
How does Linda finish things this quickly? You must knit as quickly as my nanan did.
I think what helps here is this is just 1 ball or one. It's the ball's designed to have the texturization in it, so you don't change the balls.
She's still incredibly fast. I
She
can't
is.
believe it. Hail, how quickly do.
Yeah.
And Brigitte finishing a whole thing of socks as well.
However,
Wow.
she's not as quick as Marion is. I think Marion's quicker. Right, Dawn has has posted this ombre blanket crochet pattern, and it's really, really good. When you look at it, the picture doesn't do this any justice, but basically what you do is you start with 4 strands of color. It's a 4-stranded color work, and you start with 4 of the same color, and then you gradually blend in. So you go to 2 and 2, and then you come out of the first color and go into the second color, and that's how you get the ombre design. But because it's 4 at the same time, it's a 15mm crochet hook, and I can't wait to start it. And Dawn and I have been messaging backwards and forwards about colors and where we're going to get it from, get the wool from. So we've gone between King Cole merino, which is quite expensive, to James C. Brett with merino, which is more reasonable. But I can only do the colours that I wanted to in the King Cole. I can't do it in the James C. Brett, so I've got to rethink my colour thinking.
So would you need 16 balls of wool to do it?
No, it depends on the ball size. You need 500 grams of each colour.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, if they're 100-gram balls, you're a bit stuck, aren't you? Unless you do a fifth colour.
No, because the gradient wouldn't work. The idea of having the 5 100-gram balls of one colour and 5 of the other is that they would blend quite nicely, because you'd end up with half and half. Anyway, it's a lovely pattern. Go and have a look, and it's a free pattern as well. So,
and for anybody who wants to just see that, I think a lot of I'm sure. Am I right? This is what most people term as marling. And it's
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so getting that gradient
you're right.
by using those different strands of wool.
Yeah.
But you can have 3 different colours. And it's you keep changing the colours. So there's 2 or 3, etc. And that's called marling. So if you want to look at it online on YouTube, just put that in the search engine and you find some different examples as well.
Yeah, you start off with the 4, then you add in 1 of a different one, and you're down to 3. Then you add in 2 and 2, then it's 3 and 1, then it becomes 4 of the other. Yeah,
and they just blend beautifully, don't they? You look and you think that is incredible, and that they can be quite basic colours as they start out, but just together they're incredible.
And
it's colours you wouldn't normally think of putting together as well. That would be more interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me just switch screens.
But I do have to say, I'm just so loving the silk camel that I don't think I think I will really struggle to use anything else.
So these are better pictures.
Yeah.
So you start with, this is the best picture actually. You start with 1 colour, 4 strands, and then you go to 3 strands of the cream with 1 strand of the green.
Yeah.
You go to 2 and 2. Then you go to 3 strands of the green with 1 strand of the cream, and you come out into the 4 strands of the green.
Yeah.
And and then you do pom-poms or tassels as well if you want them. Like they're fringing.
And how big does it turn out to be, Robert?
I mean, so it says 1 meter by 1.5 meters, but I guess it depends on your tension, and you could always just extend the color work, I guess.
Yes.
And it's something that you can use. So any cardigan that you like, anything that you like, if you need a DK, then is that 2 4-plies to make DK, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, or you can have 4 2-plies. So it's just mixing the colours, and you I know I've seen a few of it. It's beautiful how the colours blend. So embrace
Jameson and Smith. What they sell is 2-ply. You actually use as DK. So you have to be careful. You'd have to be careful.
Yeah, but it's like a blanket. It wouldn't matter. You can work it out, because I know there's somebody online.
There is definitely.
So, like,
by the way, Laura says it's Australia Day today.
Oh yes, happy Australia Day.
And Rebecca says, does anybody know why there are fireworks going off? Because she's got a dog going mad and her husband's not far behind, apparently.
Possibly celebrating Australia Day, or somebody.
No,
I don't know.
Right, let's carry on with Facebook, because that's what we were doing, and then we got distracted. So Dawn shared this: when you're buying craft supplies, you only less than a third buy stuff you actually need, and the rest of it is stuff you buy because it's pretty and you have no self-control. I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah, I've just done that.
Sarah has shared this lovely shawl that she's done. I think is brilliant. I think that's a variegated self-striping rather than a she's changed colours. That's gorgeous.
She said, I think she said it was one ball,
All two balls.
two
Of
balls.
Poppy's
Was it?
Universal XL. So wow, really well done. This I shared. I don't think I can play it with Musicon, but if you haven't seen it already, it's worth a look. This is a group of musicians using plastic tubes to play Flight of the Bumblebee, and it's brilliant. It really is. Angela has shared this pattern. Is this what you want to do?
Yeah, it was. I don't know why that extra one was there, but I put 3 on before our last show.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Oh, there
and
we
they're
go.
all Noro patterns. And it was like, which one to do? I think I do actually have a boucle to do that second one.
Well, that's what I wondered.
But I'm definitely doing that one. I love that.
That's weaving, isn't it? That's not.
No, it's just
flat.
strips. You do.
Yeah.
You.
That's what I meant. It's strips,
Yeah,
and then
with
you weave it together.
5 different balls. You do long strips, and then you do long strips that way, and
you weave it
not
in.
Entrelac or anything like that. It's quite weird how they've done it.
And how do they fix it so it doesn't slip?
Don't know. I didn't read that far in the pattern. I just saw what they needed and how many balls. But yeah.
So
That's
Rowena has started this. This is using the masquerade that we had.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. I love the colours. I love how it's knitting itself up like that. Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I love the colours. Absolutely love them.
Oh, I liked this. I couldn't resist this. This is a free pattern from Marion. A shawl using 2 different colours. And when you read the pattern, it is actually simpler than it looks to do, which is really interesting.
All it is garter stitch, isn't it?
Yeah, so I can't wait to try that. Sue has shared this. Her Goggle Frog Secret Santa was crochet. So her daughter did it for her. She can't crochet that well. So he's gorgeous. I love him.
Very cute.
Another free pattern there.
Yeah, I do like my free patterns.
That's very nice. That would look really nice in Friends, I think.
I think I've got some.
Yeah, I think you have. Yes, I think Friends, just the colour change and the sparkle in that would look lovely. And there's another one.
Oh, yeah. I remember Katie doing that.
Yeah, Katie shared that in October, but we're still getting comments on it, so that's gorgeous. I think we've kind of caught up. Tell me if I'm wrong. I wasn't here on Saturday, so I think we're caught up. Angela?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Good. Right.
Going back to the music and the one on TikTok, you saying that was Flight of the Bumblebee. Have you ever heard Arthur Askey do the Flight of the Bumblebee? And that is going back into not quite the Dark Ages, but certainly into the 40s. And that's so he's pre-me. Yeah, that's worth watching.
I don't know who Arthur Askey is. I know I've heard the name, but I don't know who he is.
He was an entertainer. He did. Now, did I actually see him at the Palladium doing Widow Twankey to Cliff Richard's Aladdin? I might have done. He was absolutely brilliant. Yes, I did. So, no. Or was that on television? It was black and white, so it must have been television. So that would have been the 60s.
Wow. Right, let's catch up on some chat. So going back to the retreat, Deborah says, that's great. Thank you for both of you. Looking forward to it. You're welcome. Brigitte saying she now needs 2 spaces. We can sort that out, not a problem. Rebecca says, hello all, what a day. Finally managed to get to join you. and so very, very glad to see you all. And then we've mentioned the fireworks. Laura said about the Australia Day. Brigitte's shared the wall. Georgie says he's gorgeous. Love Matthew Goode. I don't know how you pronounce it. And Janice says she's watching season 3 now. Enjoy. Rebecca says, oh dear, the goggle dog is barking like mad to come into the knitting room and then go back out, in and out, in and out. Oh dear. And then she says, good question about the speed of Linda's knitting. I'm going at glacier speed in comparison. Yes, me too. Brigitte says, oh, Brigitte.
Bless you.
That was me, sorry.
I thought it was Rebecca's dog.
No, she says she couldn't cope with a 15mm hook.
Neither could I.
No, I don't think you'd be able to do lots of it for very long, but I want to give it a go.
Mhm.
I want to challenge my current crochet skill level. So that sounds like a good start. Rebecca says, Robert, can you find the yarn you want in a sale, perhaps online, maybe? Oh, Rebecca, I've got no problems finding the yarn. It's just if I could do it while we were placing an order for other yarn, that would be great. So
Yes, he did some of that earlier.
I think I found the colours that I want. And then she says, oh, wow, watching Doritos on Inside the Factory while I listen to you and look at what you were sharing on Facebook. And she loved the fact that she knew what music they were playing when she watched it. And she says, I was sharing Oh, What a Wonderful Thing to Be by Arthur Askell with an American friend the other day. Angela, I'll share it with you on Gogglefrog's Facebook page so you can see who he was. Try Small Man with Glasses.
Mm.
And Linda P says that she thought it was Rebecca's dog sneezing as well. Oh, dear.
And just to let you know, I'm down to 8% on my battery, so when I go, I go. But you're shutting the show tonight, so it doesn't matter if my camera just goes.
Well, I was about to say it's 9:10, so
Yeah.
we have gone slightly over this evening. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for putting up with our chaotic start. And for those of you that are around on Saturday, I will be here at 10 o'clock. Angela is not here on Saturday. Marion, are you here on Saturday?
No, don't know.
Okay, so I need to think of some time to think of what I'm going to talk about then, so I don't just prattle on for an hour and not really
Pick up a bunch of patterns.
Yeah,
That's my go-to.
I'll see if I can find you some more free patterns.
okay.
Oh.
Right, so thank you all very much for joining us this evening. Have a lovely few days, and those of you that will be around on Saturday, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. And thank you again, Rod, for the lovely bag. Bye-bye.